Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a Leetcode medium question that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy about this because it took me a couple tries, but I was able to come up with my own solution at the end without any assistance. So really excited about that. So let me show you how I did it. So this one came out recently, I think. It's called Maximize Y Sum by picking a triplet of distinct X values. So you want to return an integer. Basically, you're given two integer arrays, x and y, each having the same length, and you want to choose three x values that are not the same, so three distinct ones, and then try to find the maximum sum in the y as well. So for example, here you'd have x1, so index 0, index 1, and 0, 1, so 5, 3, and 6. So 1, 2, and 3, they're all different from each other. So 5, 3, 6, 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 6 is 14. So the brute force is pretty easy to code up. It took me like 2 minutes, but let me show you that real quick. So for I in range length, just do a triple loop. J in range length x. For k in range length x, if x of I is not equal to x of j, and x of j is not equal to x of k, and x of k is not equal to x of I, so they're all different, then at the worst case, it's going to be -1, right? So in that case, answer is max of answer of y of I. So the same values in the y array plus yj plus yk, and then we just return answer at the end. So this technically works, although it's n cubed because of the 2 extra loops, so it's really slow. This is the brute force way, so let me show you how I managed to optimize it. And let's just time out. Okay, so 514 out of 729, time limit exceeded. Cool. So what I did instead was, basically, we want to see 3 different values and we want to find them efficiently. So why not use a dictionary, right? Because a dictionary, you know that they're going to be unique. So it's going to make things a little bit faster. So the idea is to have a sorted list because we want the biggest corresponding y values to the same index, right? So now we just go through our x list and we only care about the values because those are going to be unique, right? Those are the ones we want to be different from every single other one. So d of the value, we want to just append or add, that's the API for the sorted list, y of I, because y of I is the corresponding one here, and then we just want to make sure that the biggest one is at the end. So let's print d. Cool. So now that we have this, we can see that the answer is 5, 3, and 6. So how do we do that? Well, now let's call this AA, and we just want to make a list of d.items, so the key value pair. So that makes it easier. We just want to get the last 3, right? Because we want the biggest 3. So here, the biggest, if there's not 3 at least, if the length is less than 3, then we just return -1. So if length of AA is less than 3, then return -1 because we don't even have 3 unique values. So if the length of the set is less than 3, same thing. Okay. Otherwise, let's print AA here. Okay. So now we just want to get this, right? But how do we do that? So we want to sort AA by x1, and then we want -1 because, for example, we're just going to do a comparator for the last values in each list, because that's going to give us exactly, because we already know the keys are going to be unique, right? That's takes care of this whole thing right here, and then now we just want that. So now when we print AA, basically the first value is just going to be what? AA of -1. Second is AA of -2. Third is AA of -3. So let's print first, second, third. Okay, doesn't look right. I guess it's -1. So the -1 and then -1 again, because it's still the biggest value. -1, -1. Okay, cool. Now you can see that that adds up. So now we just return first plus second plus third, because that's the biggest value we can get, right? Let's run this and submit it. Okay, output limit exceeded. Submit it. And there you go. Passes all test cases. Again, I'm really happy that I was able to solve this one on my own without much struggle. So, yep, pretty straightforward question here using a dictionary. So, yep, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.